It's been crazy to be a wrestling fan in the past week or two. We lost two legends in the form of Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. John Cena is going to be coming back on our screens, and CM Punk has just been terminated from All Elite Wrestling. It was only about a week ago that he was defending his real world championship against Samoa Joe in front of 80,000 fans in London. And now he's gone. If you haven't been following the story for the last few days, you might be wondering why he got fired. This all started a couple months ago during AEW's Canadian tour. Jack Perry had a vacation coming up, so he wanted to be slammed through real glass to be written off TV. Punk confronted him about this, which I think is fair. Flash forward to the All In pre-show, and Jack Perry is about to be suplexed through the windshield of a limousine. Before he is, however, Jack Perry pointed at it and said, "It's real glass, cry me a river." Obviously a reference to CM Punk telling him not to do it. After his match, CM Punk reportedly confronted him and choked him. Now, it's hard to feel sympathy for Perry because he was poking the bear, but now it's also been alleged that he violently lunged at President Tony Khan. Now, if he did do this, then Khan had the right to fire him. If I attacked my boss, I would expect to be fired. This incident, however, does echo flashbacks from Brawl Out just 11 months earlier. Despite a 9-month hiatus and moving him onto another show to avoid the Elite, CM Punk still found himself into drama, whether it was from his own making or out of his control. Some people have said that Punk could be going back to WWE following this, but I highly doubt it. For years, Punk talked about how he hated working at WWE and how it left him with zero passion for wrestling. When he came to AEW 2 years ago, you can tell that he was much happier and that he had a renewed interest in wrestling again. But now that his run is over, I'm sure that he's lost it again. Impact Wrestling and NWA are never going to be able to afford him. He could maybe appear in New Japan, but at 44 years old, I'm sure that he's looking at going back into retirement. CM Punk is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. He's my favorite talker in wrestling. When me and Joshua had our pretend feud a few years ago, you can tell that CM Punk was a huge influence on my promos. When he has a microphone in his hand, or as he used to put it, a pipe bomb, I'd be hanging on every word. His matches against the likes of Bryan Danielson, MJF, Chris Jericho, and others are some of my favorite wrestling matches of all time, especially his match at Money in the Bank against John Cena. And let's not forget his two songs, This Fire Burns and Cult of Personality. They are some of the best licensed tracks in wrestling history. As you can guess, hearing that Punk is gone again does make me sad. But I also saw it coming. While I'm sure a lot of us are critical of the way Punk handled himself in AEW, I do think that Tony Khan should take some of the blame. He allowed Punk to have as much power and responsibility as he supposedly did. And while I'm sure that a lot of people's memories of Punk have been tainted, I still view him as one of my favorites because of how he shaped me as a fan of professional wrestling. So, if this is really the end, then all I can say is thank you, Punk, and farewell. But what are your thoughts? Are you glad to see Punk gone, or will you miss him too? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you hate this video, then give it a thumbs down. Thanks for watching.